Hello and welcome to the New York Sports Show. I'm your host, Dominic Konoweski. We have Patriots Nation tattoo on to talk some NFL Week 12 predictions. Hello and welcome back on the New York Sports Show.
Thank you, Dominic. My name is Louis, and my channel is PatriotsNation Tattoo, and Dominic is New York Sports Show. So I'm just here with Dominic talk about Tuesday night about the NFL Week 12 predictions.
Yeah, and I have to say this is a very interesting week 12 out of 17, and kicking it off, we have the Indianapolis Colts against the Houston Texans. That's gonna be a pretty interesting game. I'm going with the Texans to win. What do you think?
Well, this is the division rivals. Both teams are tied up 6-4.
Yeah.
The last time they met, the Colts beat the Texans, so it's like a rematch. So I'm going for the Houston Texans too, because I know the last game they faced versus the Ravens, it was a blowout. So I know they got to step it up. They got to win this game, and they got to win it because this is going to make it the division leader. So whoever wins from here want to win that South division. So yeah, I think Houston Texans is a good pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. Texans are gonna win, end the series up with a tie. But before we go and talk about the other games, I just think I'm looking over the list right now. It's just gonna be such an interesting week. So going on to the second game, I think this game could go either way. Miami Dolphins against the Cleveland Browns. Now, the Dolphins are coming off of a loss against the Buffalo Bills. Cleveland Browns is coming off just a wow week against the Steelers. But who do you think is gonna win? I have no idea who's gonna win. I think the Dolphins could pull it out. What do you think?
Well, lots of people want an upset to the Dolphins to win. I know they ain't gonna have Myers Garrett for the defensive end because he's suspended, and the other defensive end also suspended too. So, but I still pick the Browns because of that running back two combos they got between Cobbs and Hunt. So and plus they got the receivers. So I don't know. This is a little bit a tough one. So the Browns got to win. If they want to, be alive in the playoff right now, if they want to fight for that wild card, they got to win because if they lose this game, their season is over. So they got to win this game over the Dolphins. So so they can be able to get that wild card. Because I don't know about winning the division because you got the the Ravens are 8-2. So yeah, but I'll take the Browns.
Yeah, the Ravens having an unbelievable season. Cleveland Browns, I just can't go with you on that. Like you said, Myles Garrett is out not only for the rest of the regular season, but for the whole postseason too, after slamming a Steelers quarterback, Mason Rudolph, in the head with his own helmet that he took off him and just slammed on his head. That was just such a crazy last 10 seconds of the Steelers-Browns game. If you guys did not see that, then oh my god, you guys just missed such an unbelievable game. And then this was just announced about an hour ago with the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins running back Mark Walton, he is off the team. He's been released on waivers because he had something, aggravated battery with a pregnant woman. Dolphins don't want any of that, so he's been booted out of the organization. So that's definitely gonna play a role with the Miami Dolphins. Yeah, this was released.
I didn't know that. Wow, so they released a running back for the Dolphins.
Yeah, Mark Walton. It was released about an hour ago, which is just crazy because he's played such a vital part to the Dolphins' offense this season. So I don't know. If the Browns win, I feel like it's going to be because of that. But I think the Dolphins could do something. It's really a hit or miss game. I feel like win-loss wise, like you said, the Browns need to win this game basically to keep their playoff hopes alive, at least for a wild card. If they lose this game, I think there's no way they can make the playoffs if they lose this game.
So he had a hip injury, something like that.
It's saying that on via ESPN. It says Dolphins running back Mark Watson is waived after arrest. So he was arrested early today in the morning hours for aggravated battery on a pregnant woman, and I guess the pregnant woman was 5 weeks pregnant, and almost immediately he was fired. This was just released about an hour ago, not even an hour ago, I don't think, but it's like hot off the press, and he has just played such a big part to the Dolphins' run game this season and offensive game.
No, yeah, that kind of stuff, you could have me messing around, like, especially, like, hitting a woman, and then it's going to go out, public, social media.
Yeah.
They don't want to have no issue with that, so, of course, they're going to...
Yeah, right now it's trending on ESPN.
And it's going to go to court. Once he he solves the problem, then maybe then he can go maybe on waivers, and then somebody else can, pick him up and sign him. But for now, that's not really good for the players because it's hurting their own self. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Now I'm looking at ESPN right now on my laptop, and it says that it occurred at 4:15 a.m. and he was released at 11:10 a.m. I don't know how accurate that is, but that is via ESPN that I'm looking at right now.
Wow. Yeah, that's a hit for the Dolphins because but like you said, like the next man got to step it up. So whoever's running for them, they got to step it up.
Yeah, next man up, definitely. Now going on to the third game of Week 12, we have the Detroit Lions versus the Washington Redskins. I think it's pretty clear Detroit will win. Redskins are going nowhere this season. They're going to be lucky if they even win another game this season, to be all honest with you. Detroit win 100%. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the Lions, lots of people, they don't think about too much about this game. The Lions are 3-6 in one tie. Redskins are 1-9. So, yeah, I think the Lions, the Redskins are using the rookie quarterback. And the second quarterback for the Lions played really good versus the Cowboys last week, even they lost, but yeah, I think the Lions for this it's going to be an easy win. I don't know what the score is going to be, but they can score, at least like a 20-something to maybe 17. I give it like a 24-17 score game, but yeah, I think the Lions, it'll be an easy win for them, and also bounce back from the loss versus the Cowboys. But they got to win, they cannot just lose, They got, they want to get better, prove to the team, let's win the game.
Yeah, definitely. And then next up, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Oakland Raiders versus the New York Jets. I think you know who I'm gonna pick. I'm going with the Jets. I know how the Raiders have been playing this season. I know the odds are currently up against the Jets percentage-wise in Las Vegas polling. But I think the Jets could win. Ever since Sam Darnold had a talk with Adam Gase, he has won back-to-back games with the Jets, and I think he could win back-to-back-to-back games. So 3 games straight, winning this being the 3rd game straight against Oakland. That 100% gonna be a close game, though. 100% gonna be a close game. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a close game. I pick the Raiders over the Jets, but yeah, it's going to be an awesome game between both teams. Raiders want to win this game because they want to fight for the AFC West division with the Kansas City Chiefs. Because right now they're going to be in a bye week, so if they win, they'll be tied up with Kansas City. So yeah, they got to win this game because if they lose, then then they're killing their own self. Even the Jets are playing good the last 2 games they won over the Giants and over the Redskins. Redskins. So no matter who you face, you gotta win the games. No matter if it's good teams or bad teams, you gotta show up, play hard, 60 minutes, and win the games. No matter if you got easy schedules or the worst schedule or you got a hard schedule, you gotta win. So yeah, I picked the Raiders for win this game. But it's gonna be close. I maybe give it like a score, maybe 27-24, but it's gonna be close.
Yeah, 100% gonna be a close game. 27-24. That definitely sounds appropriate. For these two teams playing. Now, can I just add? No one's been talking about this mathematically, and I know that there's a lot mathematically for teams. The Jets could still make the playoffs. If they win the rest of their games this season, or if they at least lose one more game, they could technically make the wild card, depending on how every team has done. Yes, they've only won 3 games this season. They're 3-7 in the win-loss column. Technically, they could finish 9-7 and still make the wild card. We've seen teams do that in the past. Do I think it's possible? No, I don't think it's possible, but I feel like if they get this win against the Raiders, that's definitely going to show something on this team who has definitely had a up and down season, mainly down than up.
It could happen. You never know. But
yeah, it could.
If they win the next 6 games and become a 9-7 team record, then the Bills and the Texans got to lose at least 3 or 4 games in a row. So, then you'll be like, you know what? Everybody's tied up, fighting for that wild card position for that 5 and 6 spot. So,
the odds are against the Jets. I gotta admit, though, the odds are 100% against the Jets.
Because you got the Bills 7-3, you got Texas 6-4, so it's like, ooh. It could happen, it cannot happen, but let's see, you never know. It could happen.
Yeah, it definitely could happen, but like you said, you don't know. Going on to the next game, we have the New York Giants versus the Chicago Bears. I think the Chicago Bears are going to get the win. How about you?
I think the Giants because the Bears have an issue right now. I don't know if you watch the game between the Bears and the Rams on Sunday night. They pull out Trubisky out with a hip injury.
Yeah,
so
I did see that.
I don't know if it's compared to the Sunday versus the Bears. So, and the defense struggled a little bit versus the Rams. It was 17-7. So, I think the Giants. Giants got to be pumped up. They got to win this game because all the Giants fans. I know they got to be all mad and having a bad season 2-8, and every time just losing, not winning, and they're all pissed off and cursing and yelling and saying fire the coach or fire this and fire that. Yeah, but I think the Giants, they got to win this game so they can have that. I don't know, the team to be alive. But they got a chance. The quarterback ain't going to be there. I'm not really sure 100%, but I know they put him out the last game where the Bears played the Rams. So it's gonna be a close one. This one's going to be a close one. So, I picked the Giants. I know you picked the Bears, but I picked the Giants.
Yeah, I'm being honest with you. I would have went with the Giants, but it just seems like Daniel Jones just can't keep the ball with the team when they're playing. He always just allows turnovers, interceptions, fumbles. You can name it. He does it. It's just very inconsistent. I gotta say, very inconsistent. He has potential, but the Giants, they gotta let Eli Manning play a couple games or more this season. They're not gonna do anything with basically zero. He didn't even start the season, Daniel Jones. The only reason he got the Giants the win in his debut is because no one knew how he was going to play. Same thing with Sam Darnold in week 1 of the 2018-19 season against the Detroit Lions. No one knew on how Sam Darnold was going to play. They didn't have a book on him, and that's why he did so good with the Jets. I think it was 48-17 win in 2018 week 1. But the Giants have to do something with Daniel Jones. They gotta, 100%.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm with you. They gotta bench the rookie quarterback because he only won 2 games and lost six, and the team are 2-8, and so they gotta put back Eli. No matter
Yeah.
he's a veteran, he's got the experience. He went to this team two championships, two Super Bowls. So yeah, I'll put him back in the lineup. Put him back in to play, and bench the rookie because they're just getting worse and worse and worse. And records 2-8. And you can see, he's got to just sit down, just watch Eli play, and just learn from Eli because if not, I promise you, next year Eli's gonna say, "Oh, you're gonna play me, or maybe retire, or I'll leave to
Yeah.
another team who want at least start me from whatever I got left in my career."
Yeah. And this would be a couple of teams lined up to land Eli Manning. Like if he was to change teams. Personally, I think if the Giants don't offer him anything, I think he's just gonna retire. I've said it in previous videos. Most likely, we will hear Eli Manning announcing retirement before the end of this NFL season or during the postseason. 100%. I feel like.
Yeah, it could be true. He could just retire or just trade him. Trade him to another team. See what he can get back and prosper, like a draft or something like that, or maybe a player. But yeah. But I think when he's gonna retire, be traded or play somewhere else. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Panthers against the Saints. Saints are gonna win 100%.
Yeah, man. I think I picked the Saints too. Panthers, they failed me last week. I picked the Panthers over the people who they faced last week. The Falcons. Man, 29-3, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
At home in Carolina, I picked the Panthers. And so they face the Saints. Man, I think the Saints going to win this game. It's 8-2, and I know Breeze had that bye week, and they want to come back and get better and try to score some touchdowns and run the ball and pass the ball. So, yeah, I think the Saints. Panthers are 5-5, and Saints are 8-2.
Yes, Saints are going to make the playoffs. They're going to make the playoffs, the Saints. Next up, Seahawks versus the Eagles. I thought the Eagles had it last week against the Patriots. They were leading 10-0 at halftime. Patriots came back. They were like, I ain't gonna ruin this whole team's game. They won 17-10. Eagles just had nothing in the second half. I don't think they're gonna have anything against the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks are gonna win. Easy walk-off win in this game. I don't think the Eagles have anything to put up against the Seahawks.
Yeah, they got a good defense. I'll admit that. It was a good defense between both teams, the Seahawks and the Patriots. But you gotta admit, when you lose the game, you lose the game. So and I think I picked the Seahawks because the offense of the Eagles, they have an issue with the receiving core, too much injuries, even in the running back position too. And I don't know what's wrong with the quarterbacks though. I know he's a good player, but man, I was watching a lot of Eagles fans pissed off and mad and angry and cursing and saying bad words. You're not supposed to, just chill out. If you lose, you lose. You win, you win. So I'm not like that. I'm not team lose. What I can say, hey, we lost the game. Just got to get better next week. But I ain't going to be cursing and saying bad words and just, start fighting with everybody. And that's not being a good fan for the team, It's just being like, wow.
Yeah, so a loser.
But yeah, I picked the Seahawks. They come in a good record 8-2. Coming to Philly, I know they got a good defense, but Seahawks, man, they're coming on fire. So yeah, they're going to win.
Yeah, the Seahawks are on fire. They're gonna win. Next up, Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Atlanta Falcons. I think the Buccaneers are gonna win 100%. Gonna be a close game, though. Gotta admit, gonna be a close game. I think Tampa Bay could hold off the challenging Falcons and win this game.
No, man, I got the Falcons. Every time the last two picks again against the Falcons are lost. They won the last. They beat the Saints and they beat the Panthers. So I was like, no. I cannot trust. You know, I gotta pick the Falcons. They're in Atlanta. I know they ain't gonna make the player, but they want to at least have some winning games before the start of the new season next year. So yeah, I'll pick the Falcons over the Buccaneers.
Okay. I think that's going to be a close game, though. 100%.
Yeah.
Next up, Broncos versus the Buffalo Bills. Now, the Bills coming off of a win against the Miami Dolphins. I think the Bills are going to win another game. I just don't think that the Broncos could challenge the Bills. I think everyone knows that the Buffalo Bills are going to make the playoffs one way or another, whether it's winning the AFC East, which is highly unlikely having them beat the Patriots, or they're going to win a wild card berth.
Well, I picked the Bills over the Broncos. Even the Broncos are 7-3. Bills are Broncos are 3-7. Sorry about that one.
That's
and
okay.
The Bills are 7-3. Broncos is playing like up and down, So
yeah, a very unpredictable.
They're struggling back and forth. So I picked the Bills over the Broncos for this win. I don't know if the Bills are going to win the division because then we got to lose at least 4 more games.
Yeah, which won't happen. It's not going to happen.
That ain't going to happen. It's impossible.
Yeah.
They'll win the wild card. They'll be fighting for the wild card, but to win the division, we got to have a bad season. Right now, we're 9-1, so there's no way.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers going up against the Cincinnati Bengals. Pittsburgh is going to win this game. I think it will go into overtime, though.
Oh, if it's going to overtime, then the Steelers fans will want that,
Yeah. I don't think anyone wants their team to go into overtime, to be honest.
The Bengals having, I don't know, really, really bad year. 0-10, they ain't won a game yet. I think the Steelers, but if the Bengals beat the Steelers, man, I don't want to be the Steelers fan because, oh my God, this is going to be an embarrassment. So, yeah.
I know. Mason Rudolph got absolutely he got just so beat up. It was like watching a WWE fight or something. Myles Garrett just took his helmet off and just pounded him with his own helmet.
Yeah, but in that game, even before that happened, the defense of the Browns was just going through the offense. They were just like sack, and they had 4 interceptions. So like, if the Bengals defense can just like rush through the offense of the Steelers and just try to hit the quarterback, and it kind of happened the same game that happened with the Browns, then the Bengals can win. But the problem is the issue with the offense. They got the rookie quarterback, and they have an issue with the receiving also. So it's just like they played good versus the Raiders, 10-17 they lost, but it could be close. I maybe give it like a 17-20 Steelers winning this game. So yeah, I pick the Steelers.
Yeah, I'm going with the Steelers too. Next up, the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Tennessee Titans. I think the Titans are gonna win. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Tennessee Titans too. The Jaguars lost last week versus the Colts. They lost the game that I picked the Jaguars to win versus the Colts, and they got blew out 33-13. So, man, I don't know about Nick Foles, but I know he's come back from the injury. Maybe I don't know if he's 100%. But I picked Tennessee. Tannehill, that momentum versus a win over the Kansas to the Chiefs. So, they want to fight for that wild card. They got to win. They got to win the game versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. But yeah, I pick Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm going with Tennessee too. Next up, Cowboys versus the Patriots. Patriots are gonna pummel the Cowboys. New England Patriots win. What do you think? And I think I know what you're gonna pick, but who knows?
Well, I pick the Patriots. Now, this game is gonna be the game. I don't know. That's 2 games of the week. Maybe 3 games, but like this game is like the Americans team versus the dynasty. The Cowboys versus Tom Brady. I know we're getting back and say a win. It's going to help us. The left tackle side that we have an issue because, man, the Eagles just pressuring us so much from that side. And Newhouse cutting control and Brady was just getting pressure and pressure and pressure. And right we got they got 1 sack or 2 sacks. Well, we're getting too much pressure that left side. So having him is going to help us. He's a good blocker. So, try to help us. He's run the ball. How happy I feel about the kid Harry making his debut. But no, it's going to be a good game between both teams. But
yeah,
it's going to be close, but I think the Patriots.
Yeah, I'm going with the Patriots too. Next up, 100%, this is going to be the game of the week. The San Francisco 49ers versus the Green Bay Packers. This is the have-to-watch game of the week. Everyone has to watch this game. This is going to be a great game. The 49ers, they've had the ball in the air so much the last couple games. Are they going to attack the Packers with a running game, which we haven't seen the 49ers do in a while? And the Packers, they've had a pretty good team this season, I gotta admit. I think the 49ers are going to win. What do you think?
Well, I think the other team. I think Green Bay Packers. They're gonna shock the world, and they're gonna beat the 49ers, so they can fight for that top position in the NFC playoff picture. So it's gonna be an awesome game. It's gonna be 2 good teams, 2 good offense, 2 good defense. I know it's gonna be fire. The 49ers fans, Packers fans. So I know it's in San Francisco, but I still pick the Packers to win. If we can go to overtime, like last time we can the Seahawks and the 49ers. But I think the Packers in this one. I want them to win. You also want to have upset. So I pick the Packers over the 49ers Sunday night, week 12.
That's going to be a great Sunday night game. I'm going to love watching that. And then the final game of week 12 out of 17, we got the Baltimore Ravens, who have had such a fantastic season. Definitely an up from 2018-2019 NFL season. And then they're going against the St. Louis Rams, who who definitely have had a pretty disappointing season after appearing in the Super Bowl last year. I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens. How about you?
I'm going with the LA Rams because remember it's not St. Louis, it's LA.
Oh yeah, LA.
I think you forgot about that one, but no, I picked the Rams. I know people are gonna say, "Oh, why you pick the Rams?" But I know they got a good defense. They always got a good defense. I don't know about the offense; they're struggling a little bit. But the defense of the Rams can show up.
Yeah.
And they can stop the Ravens. Remember, because the Ravens got to play the Rams, and then also they got to play the 49ers too.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know gonna be interesting.
Which one's gonna be, but I don't know. 49ers are gonna visit the Ravens. I don't know if it's week 13 or week 14, but I know they're gonna visit them.
Yeah.
But yeah. This is gonna be the opposite game in the wing. I picked the Rams over the Ravens. It's gonna be close. I give it a 24-17. Rams over the Ravens. People were just laughing at me and YouTube saying, "Oh, you think if the Rams gonna beat the Ravens? It could happen. You never know." They were, the AFC champions last year, so. Maybe they're struggling in the offense, but if the defense show up and play really, really good and try to stop them. It could be a low-scoring game, and you never know. Yeah, I know you picked the Ravens because it happened. Even if the Ravens are playing good, 8-2, awesome offense, scoring lots of points. But you have to have a good defense to stop them, so then the game could be lower. So then your team can have a chance to score and keep it like a low score so you can win. But yeah, it's gonna be a good game too. You got three good games. You got the Cowboys versus the Patriots. You got the Packers versus the 49ers. You got the Ravens versus the Rams. You got the Seahawks versus the Eagles. So you got good games for this week. You got a division rivals, Colts versus the Texans on Thursday Night Football. So. Yeah, but I pick the Rams.
Yeah, I'm still going with the Ravens. Thank you once again for being on, folks. That is Patriots Nation Tattoo. Make sure to subscribe to his YouTube channel. He is just so close to 100 subscribers. Get him there before Thanksgiving. And this is just going to be such a great week of NFL football. I can't wait to see who wins. Thank you once again for being on.
Thank you.